What's good with y'all boys on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So what out here? Today's video we're gonna be reacting to PlaqueBoyMax is done. Now, that's the first time I actually said my name in the video. I ain't gonna hold you. So wide eye. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. And make sure y'all follow my Instagram. So, I've been seeing a lot of like posts and like all these type of shits on like Instagram and like Twitter about PlaqueBoyMax just like quitting FaZe. Now I never knew FaZe. I never knew them, but I knew they're the head of the stream right now. They're the head of the streaming. I think they're a little bit up there with, you know, AMP, but they're like a, you know, they're like a house like AMP, like Kaisenet and like Duke Dennis and, you know, every single streamer together. So we're gonna react to this. He recently quit FaZe Clan because I think he wanted to focus on more on music and stuff. And it's crazy and it's relatable too, because I kind of want to focus on music in the future when, you know, I grow my channel. And it's really smart and really like cool how he like did it and stuff, because he probably had a plan before he even like tried doing music. That's probably why he's been recording himself singing songs on FL Studio, where like rapping and shit and collaborating with other rappers. Crazy shit, bro. Y'all like, subscribe, make sure y'all follow my Instagram, Twitch, right on the screen. Make sure y'all follow that if you want to see a Twitch. And let's get started with this video. Hope y'all enjoy.
What's poppin', y'all? Looks like my hate prayers worked because PlaqueBoyMax left FaZe Clan. Now, I'm just completely making that up. Not the part about him leaving FaZe Clan, but my hate prayers. I actually had no feelings whatsoever about him being in FaZe Clan. But he tweeted out, left FaZe Clan, which if you've seen left anything for any time on the internet with a group, you probably think to yourself, this is fake. I had to check my calendar again. Okay, it's not April 1st. It's not April Fool's. And some other people didn't really believe it at first. So a fellow streamer, XQC, had this to say.
Okay, Maxwell Dent. Chat. Guys. I've been rage baited, chat, by FaZe dog. You farming dog trash.
Now I need to talk about XQC for a moment, man. The way, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, you know, like, I'm sorry if this, like, you know, goes to XQC somehow or something like that. I don't know. But, you know, everybody talks about how he speaks weird and stuff. I know he's probably from a different country and all types of shits and stuff, but, like, you know, it's crazy. He never really evolves on that. I wonder if he took like what's it called? Like English or something like that. No, not English. Speech in school. Not to be rude, bro. Not to be rude, but like I'm just wondering, you know, like I took speech and I can speak wonderfully. You know, a little bit off, but like wonderfully, you know. But you know, like you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm wondering if he took speech or something, because like I don't know. Seemed like he didn't really learn a lot, but hey, he's still a good YouTuber and streamer.
A million times. I will not fall for this one, guys. I have learned from my mistakes. I have learned from my environment. I'm not falling for this dog. Never again. Oh, this keeps on stream? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, they're known, and by they, we're talking about like clip farmers, which FaZe is full of. that they're really not a too serious group, you could say. And by serious, I don't mean like they're not serious about their content, but whatever they put out, you can't take it too seriously. A lot of scripts, a lot of acting, a lot of doing too much going on there. However, this other girl, a streamer named Cinna, asked Kason, who's a member of FaZe, who I don't really know too much about this guy's story, to be honest. He burst into the scene with a song. I was with Lil Durk and somebody else, and we were like, who the hell is FaZe Kason? Why do we know about this song? How did we find out about this song? Why is this song on every single playlist? And who is this guy? And I still haven't got answers for you, to be honest. But he is a member of FaZe, and this is the answer that he had.
Wait, I gotta talk to you later. Something serious actually just happened.
Serious?
Yeah. I'll text you.
I'm messaging. Max tweets?
I saw
Wait,
first on his like Instagram or no, it was the news or something like that. It was the news. And then he said it on Instagram. Then
Real?
So apparently something very serious happened, which I don't know what could have been serious. Maybe it had something to do with FaZe Banks, although FaZe Banks stepped down as CEO. Now him stepping down is just like, if you guys recall when Carlos, also known as Ocelot of G2, got like canceled. G2 is like this big organization that it's kind of like FaZe, but they don't have like a content creation team. They just have
G2,
a bunch of different teams.
Bro, there's a lot of houses, bro. There's a lot of houses. Bro, we got AMP now. We got FaZe. We got well, I can't say it on here. Bro, we got every house, bro, that I can't even name up the top of my head.
In games.
I don't even know if I'm going to be a part of one
in the gaming space. And he stepped down, but he still owned the company. And it's a similar situation. It's just like, hey, let me fall back. Y'all can run it. I own the shares that I own. So perhaps that's, so I don't think Banks is less involved with FaZe than he was a couple of days ago. And then Your Rage confirmed that this is actually real. And Your Rage doesn't seem like the type of guy to go around with this like goofiness as well. So I'm going to play you guys that clip.
You feel me? This is real. Okay, this is not troll. This is real. Still got love, all the love in the world for my dog. But he's on to different paths and like, you feel me? Like,
we're only 3 minutes.
This is real. It's not a troll. I swear on my life. And I hate that when we're at the point when they actually got to say some serious shit. The first thing everybody thinks everybody's trolling because we troll way too damn much. You feel me? But this ain't no troll. I have all the love in the world for my boy Max forever. You feel me? When FaZe was talking about like, yo, Rage, what we doing? Rebrand needs to happen. Who we picking up? PlaqueBoyMax, the first motherfucker that came to mind. No ifs, ands, or buts. You feel me? But Max, he doing his own. You feel me? I'm not gonna say why. That's up to him to do. I'm not gonna do that for him. You know what I'm saying? I just wanna let y'all know it's not.
So here, the way that I look at this is, first of all, I gotta clap it up for FaZe Banks, because when we saw this new FaZe, we thought to ourselves, yo, this is a flop. I don't think this is gonna work out. Many OG FaZe fans, which I was not, the whole FaZe, Optic, Call of Duty thing, I personally wasn't into that. I didn't even know what had been going on in that scene until at least 2017, 2018. And I was like, oh, this is what happened in history. So I didn't follow it. People, morons, were really saying like, no, dude, go back to trick shotting. Listen, going back to trick shotting in the modern day is like what Metro Boomin just dropped as an album. So that piece of garbage, yeah, that's what it would be like if they tried to recreate the feeling of back then. It's not going to work.
You know,
they brought people like Stable.
You know that. Hey, but like, I forgot what I was going to say. Thing, Phantom has like the same love of his fans from AMP, like some fans from AMP, you know, that came to Phantom and stuff, and that came to like his streaming, his channel, you know what I'm saying? Like, everyone has love for him and stuff because he's by himself and streaming and stuff. And bro, I just saw his stream yesterday. And it was nice because his whole fan base was there, bro. Half of his fan base was there. I'm not gonna lie. But Max, I feel like, bro, he'll still do it. Like, just because you leave a label or like a house or a team or something like that, doesn't mean the people won't support you anymore. The people that like see you as entertaining and stuff and see you as like cool, like they'll still support you for real, man. They'll still support you. They just won't see you as the same like in that house or in the label,
Ronaldo, who's formerly a Fortnite streamer. They brought that guy Lacey. They brought Your Rage. Who else? They got PlaqueBoyMax. They got Kason. And who else? They got a group of people. And it worked out like this. Oh, yeah. Also, the Asian dude. I forgot that guy's name. Jason the Ween. So all of these guys blew up in the past year. They've done content together. But it seemed like, to me at least, that they're all blowing up individually. I would say like Lacey and Stable Ronaldo, they seem to have not the most chemistry, but they seem to be the coolest with each other. Your Rage always felt like the Duke Dennis of that group, where he was like, yeah, I'm FaZe, but I'm not living with you dudes. We're not doing this whole pranking thing. You guys aren't going to annoy the hell out of me. And we did see PlaqueBoyMax take part in those things sometimes. For instance, I think like there was this whole thing where they were breaking each other's setups or whatever. But recently, or as of the last 6+ months, PlaqueBoyMax, I just think he's outgrown, and I don't think he ever needed to be a part of any group whatsoever. Nobody thinks FaZe PlaqueBoyMax. Like, people will think FaZe Lacey or FaZe Kason or...
The first time, bro.
Do they think FaZe Stable?
This will be the last time. The first time I thought of him, or the first time I like watched him, I thought he was like by himself. I didn't think he was in FaZe Clan. I never heard of this FaZe Clan, I only heard of AMP first. That's it. FaZe Clan, that was all the way later, bro. That was like last year-ish. Yes, I was that late, bro. I think they started in 2022. I actually don't know.
Ronaldo, I think people just think Stable Ronaldo, bro. But I just know about him from the Fortnite days. Your Rage, they just think of Your Rage. I will say Jason the Ween, like, yeah, he is not the face of FaZe, but I associate him with FaZe because that's just how I found out about Jason. But PlaqueBoyMax, like, he relies more on himself and maybe collaborations with artists. And keep in mind, he's also trying to be an artist, a rapper himself. So he's trying to do music. He can't be, he's just, it doesn't make sense for him to be in FaZe, really. Like, what benefit does it have for PlaqueBoyMax right now? I would even go as far to say as, what benefit did it have for him back then? The biggest collaborations that we remember PlaqueBoyMax for have nothing to do with other streamers. Like, yeah, there's In Too Deep, which was a huge event. But really, especially like if you follow my channel, right, and we talk mostly hip-hop stuff here, we know PlaqueBoyMax for the songs that he's made with artists. We know him for the In the Booth series. He was ranked as one of the highest, and he wasn't even there last year. He was ranked as one of the highest hip-hop media outlets of this year by Complex, with a pretty solid list that they've made. I did a whole, not review, but I did a whole like look through, pass through in my own comments on everybody on that list and a separate video. So PlaqueBoyMax leaving, if he was saying like, hey, look, it's time for me to just focus on my own career, because he's got his own team. He's got people that are running his production, his rap career, everything, then I understand. But if he's leaving for something serious that happened, I wonder what that could be. Like, is it something money related? I don't think that's the case, because the majority of people in FaZe were already making a big bag, and FaZe, it's not like FaZe was bringing them huge deals that they didn't have before. So that was going to bring them money that they could take a cut out of, like throwback to the Tfue situation. And that's also another example of like FaZe being able to adapt with the times. Like, they got those Fortnite people, they had Tfue, which was a huge look for them, and I think they had like a CSGO like period of time where they were killing it on there. But we're not going to go into like FaZe. This is more so about PlaqueBoyMax. I'm glad to see PlaqueBoyMax leave, frankly, just for his own brand.
Wait.
Like, as he grows.
Ninja started FaZe Clan? So it was way before 2022, wasn't it? If anybody watching this, y'all need to type it in the comments. When was this?
as a rapper, him being with these not kiddie streamers, but these streamers that are running these scripts that are, let's be real, a lot of it is corny, especially if you're an adult. And by an adult, I just mean above the age of 18. You kind of get like it's just and you're trying to be a rapper too, and by trying to be a rapper you kind of gotta try hard. You gotta try hard to be cool, ironically. But the way I look at PlaqueBoyMax in the streaming world right now is the way I look at a Gunna, for instance. And let me give you this comparison. There are rappers, and I believe that Gunna was one of them back in the day, several years ago, where together they are hotter, but they are better as the sum than they are their equal parts. So for example, let's say, is 21 Savage a good example? I don't know. But there are certain rappers, when they're around other rappers, they're all hotter. But if they were to have to be solo, they would not be as hot. I thought that was Gunna, but Gunna became somebody that was outcasted. So Young Thug wasn't messing with them. We didn't see him work with 21 Savage, although 21 Savage held comments back for a very long time. And then Gunna has just been cooking, and I mean cooking like Sergio Kitchens. This guy has been cooking. Fat Gunna has been gone. He's been healthier, making better music, and he's been doing it solo. That's the way I look at PlaqueBoyMax, where he doesn't need to collaborate with these other streamers. Some of these streamers, they benefit a lot from collaborating with each other. They're kind of like in this little universe together where they cycle the same amount of viewers, and sometimes viewers will have multiple of these people's streams open. So they cycle in this like community of viewership, where I think PlaqueBoyMax built his own viewership that's independent of that, and people are going to watch him and follow what he's got going on independent of anything else. That's where I just have the Gunna comparison.
See, and that's like, it can happen from anybody, like in a label or like in a team like that. It's crazy, you know? It's his fan base, so.
And I don't know if there's another rapper that I can mention that just really does everything on their own and doesn't really work with other, or doesn't need to be around other rappers. Just in the same way that PlaqueBoyMax doesn't need to be around other streamers. I'm not saying PlaqueBoyMax doesn't need to be around other rappers. I do think he needs people around him. A lot of his content has to do with his interactions with, or a lot of the content that blew up has to do with his interactions with other people, as opposed to just him sitting down solo. But not much of it.
Yeah. All right. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I actually agree. PlaqueBoyMax quitting FaZe. I think that, as he evolves on his music career, it was a smart decision, bro. It was a smart decision, and he probably wanted to be this before he even got to 9 million monthly listeners on Spotify. He probably wanted to do this before he wanted to be an artist and stuff, because he was popping on YouTube, and some of his content is cool. Me personally, I haven't watched him since that Lil Uzi reaction, Reggie White, I think. I haven't watched him fully since then. But I think he's a cool guy. I think he's a cool dude. I think he's a smart dude too, bro. Cause that's a smart decision that you made. I might do that. Cause like, bro, streaming your music with other artists is cool, bro. That shit is nice and smart, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Hopefully y'all like, subscribe. Make sure y'all follow the Instagram. Follow the Twitch just in case if I stream at all. Even though I'm probably not. But make sure y'all subscribe to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're on our way to 1,000. I ain't gonna lie. It's only a couple more. I ain't gonna hold you. So please comment if you did enjoy this reaction. So what out.